Hi guys, thanks so much for joining us here in the Men's Movement. Now today I'd like to talk to you about a topic that happens a lot in the gym. It's about being stronger than you think you are and weaker than you are. And I know that's a contradiction in terms, but it happens a lot in the gym. And I'll get to this thing a bit later, but it's really important to sort of acknowledge what's happening out there in the real world. I have clients who come in and they experience a lot of stress in their life. They're either business managers, mothers with kids, dads with kids, and they're all under a lot of stress. But they react to the stress in a different way. And how you react is something you can control. That's the one thing that we've got different from everyone else is how we can control. Someone cuts you off in the car, you can either react and say, oh my God, it always happens to me. You can have a go at them, or you can sort of go, okay, that's fine, let it go, whatever. But however you react, wear and tears on the body. So I've brought this in for a reason. And I use this as an example of what happens to a lot of my clients because they're very strong. And like wire, they're very strong. And they can bend. Someone cuts them off in the car, they bend and they bend and they bend. And the thing that happens, I'll just do that off camera. When they bend, they're so strong. I'm still doing it. They're so strong. Someone decides to quit work. They're going to take on more work. They're going to do the work of other people. Their companies get taken over for someone else, and that's okay. They can bend. But what's happening now as they're getting more stressed is that's getting warmer. That's getting hotter. And I'll do this on camera so you can see it. The more it bends, it's getting harder to flex. And just at the point, it's getting so hot now. Just at the point where it's about to snap. And that's what happens to my clients. They train with me. They talk about how much stress they are under work, and I give them this example and to show them this is getting so hot now. Wow. But it's getting harder to bend. And just at this point where it's getting its most hardest to bend, it's at its strongest point, it breaks. It's no good to anyone. It's no good to anyone. And that sadly has happened to a lot of clients of mine. They're living in what one of my clients referred to, a great psychologist calls silent despair. They're living in silent despair where they're just getting under so much pressure all the time, and they're bend with it. They take on more and more work, they take on more and more responsibilities, and eventually they snap, and they're no good to anyone. Now, the interesting thing, the opposite to that is hessian. Because hessian is flexible. It's more flexible, so when things happen to it, it can just pass through it. Water stress can pass through it. So there's value in not being so stiff and focused on your goals. And you got this goal of want to get fit, want to get strong, want to get healthy. Got to do a training tomorrow morning. But hey, your kids want to get driven to school early. Oh, there goes my training session. Don't worry. They're like hessian. Don't let people walk all over you. Otherwise, that wears holes in the hessian. And then when there's holes in the hessian, that's no good. It can't hold anything. It can't do anything. That's water through too much. Water goes through. Goods go through. Can't hold a thing. So be more like hessian and be a bit less like wire. Be a bit more flexible and be as strong as you can be. But don't become useless because you'll be no good for anyone, guys. You're no good to anyone if you wear holes out. No good to anyone if you bend and snap. Look after yourselves out there. It's a tough world. There's lots of stress coming on your way. And it's just one way of looking at it. I've shared this with a lot of clients. They get value out of it. I hope you got value out of it too. Watch some more videos, enjoy, and let me know how you're enjoying the men's movement so far. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Cheers.
You've been listening to the Men's Movement. Look forward to seeing less of you next time.